I'm BillRadiff. I've been a member of Parkdale for a number of years. We started the Parkdale Community Association in 1954, and then after a period of time when the Nifty 50 started, we went into the Nifty 50. So I've been there a long time.
We're just going on with our interviews from those that have belonged to the community and gone on, and we're having a visit with BillRadiff this afternoon. And we're going to hear some of his reminiscences about his involvement. And Helen's, too. Right.
Okay, go.
As I said before, I've been a member of Parkdale ever since the community started in 1954. And Helen, my wife Helen, and I did every committee they had, from president down to chore lady, as you want to call it, running many different things for the community. We were very eager members of the community. We've been there for so many years. Helen's been on the phoning committee for something like 10 years, continued. I've run the hockey club, not hockey club. Yes, I did run a hockey club for the original thing where I had baseball clubs, and well, anything that they wanted, we were there, and we never shirked our responsibilities. We were eager, where we wanted to see the community grow, and our kids didn't do too much of it because they're not athletically inclined, but I am. In golfing and you name it, we were in it.
And with the golf, Bill, didn't you and Helen
Yes, we
ran the golf club?
We run the golf club, the community golf club for many, many years until we got too old and decrepit. We just couldn't move as fast as the rest of them. So somebody else took over.
We won the Mr. and Mrs.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything we needed during the hockey season, I used to sell chocolates to the kids while they were playing hockey out of the little window in the back. And in other words, we wrestled through it.
Okay, go.
This is my wife Helen, which was another hard worker for the community, many, many years. She catered to banquets and what have you.
I've been a member of the community since it organized. Bill and I won the Mr. and Mrs. in golfing one year. We were very active in most parts of the Nifty 50s. Enjoyed it all.
Were you in a dance group with them too?
Yeah.
That's what I...
Yeah, we did the dancing too.
Okay, go.
Over a period of time, Helen and I were almost into everything. In the building of the the inner part, I built the library we have there, and all the shelving for the services in the bar, and in the other lounge where the coffee machine is. And my son is the one that installed the public address system in there, put the speakers and microphones and all that, and in the bar itself, the equipment there that for the sound system. We put that in there, and in the plumbing in the small bar down there that was just hanging in there when the contractor put it in there, I secured it, made sure that it wasn't going to fall off. So, in other words, if anything needed done, we did it. We were only a stone's throw away from where the community is, and whenever they wanted something, they called us, and we were only too willing to help. And Helen's been in the kitchen down there working for bars, and not bars, for lunches and parties and dinners we had there for years. Whenever we needed anything done, she did it.
Yeah, we were very active. We did Mr. and Mrs. thing for golf, and we just enjoyed everything we could possibly do at the community.
Cut.
Well, we had a good relationship with the community. Jim Wright was the president when I mostly recall, and he was a good man, and he appreciated what we did for the ladies of the Nifty 50s. Would help them in every way they could when they ran their Stampede breakfast, and then when they have the thing there, they sell the tickets for every function they had. Who would they call? The ladies of Nifty 50s, because they're all willing to work. And when they had their Stampede breakfast down there, hot cakes and pancakes, ladies are all there. So even their dances they had in the hockey rink, the ladies all helped. Now, there's nothing that the ladies of the Parkdale Nifty 50s didn't do that when they were asked to do something, because it was a good relationship. And when Jim left, everything seemed to fall apart, because it was just something that he was appreciative for what we were doing for them. And when I left the Parkdale, because we moved into the lodge here at Valley Ridge, I wasn't mobile enough. Right now I'm in a wheelchair. The relationship we had with the community was very, very good when Jim Wright was there. He asked us to do something, we would do it. And then, of course, when he got tired, because he'd been there a long time, and of course they had somebody else in there, and I'm not familiar with the person they had in there until recently I heard when we left Parkdale Senior Nifty 50s, we moved into the lodge at Valley Ridge because we were getting on in age. But we still, major events, we still went down there, because we got a ride to take down there. Any banquets they had in there, we were there, because we still honored our membership with them. And of course, when I heard that they were trying to take over, I was sort of skeptical. I said, "Why the heck would they? If Jim was here, it'd be unheard of." But when somebody else took over, they saw the money they could make off, because the place they had before was really not really a good place. They thought, "Oh, we're going to try this place. It's really great." Jim Wright many times spoke to me, and he says, "You want to trade?" I says, "Not your life." And he says, "I figured so." But then, of course, when he left, everything went turmoil. We shared our utilities. We shared with them. We did our share for it, snow removal and stuff like that. We had we hired the kids to sweep our sidewalks. They did absolutely nothing but occupy the parking spaces for the handicapped. But parked their bicycles or motorcycles right in front of the doors. And we did everything to try to be nice to them. But when Bernie was in charge of he was sort of chairman for the Parkdale Association for the beautifying Parkdale itself. And they used our facility at no charge. And we did it monthly, and we let them do it. They looked, when we left there after crib or whatever games we played, and they were to lock the place up, which they did. But then, of course, now I find that they went and changed the locks. We had no business doing the thing to start with. They never asked our president if they could do it. They just went in there and went ahead. They tried to convince our people that rent the place. They try to buy them over into there so they could pay them the money. They had no business. They were our clients. We paid our shot. We did everything that we were supposed to do as far as the Nifty 50s is concerned. And they want to take over. No, this is ridiculous. We did all the work, and they want the gravy. No, that isn't right.
Cool.
When we had a social worker come in there, we had a little bar down in the McGregor Hall. No, that was Founders Hall. And we remodeled that and closed it all in there and made an office there for the social worker to work in there. And she did a very good job there. She was all by herself. She had her own clients come in there, anything, discussions. And she got the blunt end of the deal, which I don't think is fair, because, I mean, she had nothing to do with Parkdale community, Parkdale Nifty 50s. She just had her own job, and she did her job very, very well. But like I say, and she gets all the brunt of all the static we got between the Parkdale community and Parkdale itself, the Nifty 50s. And of course, the Terminette say that she almost gets fired. And this is not right, because she was a good person and she did everything she can for the seniors.
And Kendall.
And as far as the social worker, she did a great job with the Kendall House. They were right there, block away. They'd come in there if they needed anything done. She would look after them. And now that they moved her out of there into Montgomery or Bowness, whatever it is, they have no way of getting out there without catching a bus, which is an inconvenience. And she did a lot of work for the seniors in the whole area, which was very appreciative. And for her almost losing her job, that's very, very unfortunate, because, I mean, she got hiked out of there and into a different locality to look after the seniors. Now, of course, we can't do that anymore. Now that the outreach person has gone there, Bernie Novakowski was used to rent the not rent or borrow the hall for their annual meetings, for monthly meetings for the community, and of course at no charge. They got it for free. And then, of course, when he wanted to take over, he wanted he solicited the Scottish dancers. He's good at the bicycle club, and he's good at the every other organization that we dealt with. They wanted for them to pay the rent to him, which is no bearing to. We were the ones that hired these people, and we brought them in for revenue, and they saw that the revenue was very good, because they were getting nothing upstairs, and here they said, well, there's a gold mine. Let's see if we can windle these here stupid old people out of here. But that wasn't going to work.
Okay, I know.
I understand now that with all this mess we had with the Parkdale and Parkdale Nifty 50s, we had to take them to court to hold them to desist from infringing on our benefits, which they had no reason to do that to start with. They were getting everything. They were getting their meetings for free, and we allowed them to come in there. And now they saw the gravy that we were doing at our people worked for, and they were doing nothing, absolutely nothing. They had a bar downstairs, and all they were down there is for the baseball club that weren't even members of the community. And here we are, although hard workers, did everything we could, and they want to take over because they saw the gravy train, and there's no reason for that. And we had to take them to court to eliminate all the hassle we're having with them. And they're changing their locks, and they're telling these people to pay them, and it was just a real mess. And we got an order for cease and desist, and we will go and see the judge again in March, and to finalize this mess we're in, which isn't our fault.